buddy?
Is it? Is it?
Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh,
oh.
oh.
Oh, I'm trying to get it to so I can see it on my Twitch, but it's not working right now. How am I supposed to know we're live if I can't watch it? Okay, there. All right. So we're live. Hi, everybody.
Hello!
Hello.
It's so nice to
Hello.
see you.
We've got things working. Everybody can hear things. Hearing things is good. So do you want to talk about hippos? Or do you want to talk about snacks?
Let's talk about snacks, and then if we end up talking about hippos, that's fine.
Hippos can be a snack.
It's true. And they're
They're
also
a little
often,
big.
well, they're often hungry for snacks. It's a whole game around that.
Yeah. It's an old. They're hungry for orbs.
Orbs of questionable colors.
Who among us is not hungry for orbs?
I could go for at least 50 orbs right now, I'll tell you.
Man.
What's a marshmallow but an orb that's been tubularized, right?
Well, I mean, the marshmallows I ate were orbs.
You have orb marshmallows? Tell me
Yeah.
about this snack.
They're completely spherical, and they've got, like, pineapple goo inside.
James is here. Hello.
Pineapple goo marshmallow orbs. Where did you acquire? Are these mochi?
No, it's marshmallow. It's from the
Where?
Asian grocery store,
Wow. Okay.
and
I
they're
haven't
Hello
heard of
Kitty
them.
themed.
They're not shaped like Hello Kitty. They're shaped like orbs.
No, they're not, because they're not like stiff marshmallows. They're big fluffy ones.
Okay.
So they can't really be shaped too much or they'll get crushed. I think
Sure.
orb is their shape by default because of that.
And then they just inject some pineapple into it.
Yeah, exactly. And so once you get past the marshmallow outer fluff, there's like the jelly on the inside. It's pretty great.
I appreciate it, Jams, that you tell us that you're Jams every time because I wouldn't know either. This pineapple marshmallow has me intrigued, but I'm not a super marshmallowy person, so I probably would never seek it out. I would only eat it. I would only consume, like the hippos.
So if one fell in front of you, you would extend your neck forward and snap it.
Yeah, and snap it, and then I'd be like, and I don't know if I'd have another. We'd see if I had it.
This is how I consume all food through college. Because I didn't have a meal plan, so anytime my friends were eating, I'd be like, it's fine, it's fine. And then they would just slowly turn bags of chips and stuff and shove them towards me. And then I would just start eating them because I would just do it. And they're like, I found a way to feed you, Stephanie.
It's true.
In the time that we can all be in a room together again, I'll bring all the snacks. And we
Yes.
We
can all eat and be merry.
Be merry. I have had snacks for dinner also, but my snacks were marshmallow snacks. They were Smart Sweets, low sugar Swedish fish, fake Swedish fish, but also I bought these weird pork bites, which are very strange. They come in little tiny, they're like this big. They taste like they've been marinated in some sort of fish situation. So it's a pork bite that tastes like a weird fish.
That doesn't sound good.
They're weird, and then I keep eating them. I don't know if that means that they're good or not.
I mean, would you get them again?
Yeah.
Oh, then I guess they are good.
I don't know. We're talking about snacks and marshmallow. We all bought things from various Asian grocery stores or websites and got a lot of weird Japanese snacks, but
I'm
also
drinking today a watermelon soda.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite tasty.
Oh, that's very cool looking. RD is right that mini marshmallows are superior to regular marshmallows. I feel as a non-marshmallow person.
What are your thoughts?
More, but
what are your thoughts on cereal marshmallows?
I enjoy cereal marshmallows better than a puffy marshmallow.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't enjoy cereal. See, this is where things get very strange. I do enjoy some cereals.
Jams, what flavor was Pokemon soda?
That's a
Pokemon
very
flavor.
important question. Also, I lost the stream, Stephanie, so...
I also lost the stream.
Oh, no.
Place your bets on Pokemon soda flavor.
Lemon lime. Melon.
RD, other people in the world are healthier than us. We live in America, and Lucky Charms is half marshmallow.
Maple marshmallows. I'd eat the shit out of that, Rosita. Also, happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day
happy
this
Canada
week
Day.
to the Canadians. What are the... Okay, there are flavors based on Pikachu, Mewtwo, Squirtle, Snorlax, and the others. What do they taste like? Does it taste like a Squirtle?
Like, I can understand what a Squirtle flavor might be like.
Well, so Kevin can't see the chat, but
that's true.
Jams has said it. What can you tell me about a Squirtle flavor, Kevin, before I tell you what Jams said the flavor was?
I assume that it's going to be some kind of blue flavor, right? So it's going to be blueberry, or it's going to be like blue lemonade, or something along that line. Blue raspberry, maybe. And
it's pear.
Never mind.
Guess about Mewtwo now. Guess Mewtwo now.
Now that was the one I was saying. I have no idea what a Mewtwo could possibly be, so I'm gonna go passion fruit.
See, in my head it was black cherry, but it's actually strawberry.
Black cherry is very on point for edgy 90s kid. Pokemon
exactly.
Mewtwo.
Mewtwo is the edgy 90s kid, and the edgy 90s kid and my dad love black cherry.
I also fucking love black cherry. It's one of my fake flavors, I guess.
I'm not a fan.
That's okay.
But that's just because I'm not a fan of cherry in the first place.
This is my opinion too. I like real cherries, cherry flavored things. I'm more like dicey on. Pikachu is cider. So apple. Pikachu's apple flavor.
Well, there's a lot of ciders you could make though.
Well, like classic apple cider, you know.
Okay, all right.
Jams didn't taste them. Jams kept the cans of the Pikachu ones.
My friend Ashley growing up had a bunch of cans. Like, we would drink them, but we would think they were Final Fantasy ones. And, like, they had, like, Dissidia art on them, maybe? And I think we also didn't drink them. But I guess it would have been smarter to drink them and then just, like, wash out the can, and then you would have both, right?
Yeah, it's not like you're going to resell your 20-year-old Dissidia sodas, right? So...
Why didn't they call it Dissodia?
Damn it. This is an unrelated tangent, but I did think of it when we were talking about what flavor is a Squirtle. Which is, I went for a walk the other day, and there were signs up that said Lost Turtle. This turtle's name was Koopa, and it says, if found, please hold like hamburger. And I just can't stop thinking about it. Like, you know, like put your hand on either side of this, like the side of the shell, so that way he doesn't get to bite you or get scared. But like, I can't stop thinking about this description. If found, call or text me immediately and hold like a hamburger.
Oh, hold like a hamburger. Oh, I hope that somebody finds that turtle.
I hope Koopa was found. First I was like, is this a joke? But there were enough signs outside that made me sure he was actually a real turtle that was missing. But then bears the question, how do you lose your turtle?
How do you lose your turtle? This sounds like somebody who was out taking their turtle for a walk for the vine. Or something. It sounds like potentially irresponsible care of turtle that led to this terrible result. I hope they find it though.
I do too. I mean, A+ naming, so I really also hope you find your turtle because you deserve your turtle. Are we done vamping?
I think so. We could play the game now. Everyone's here and emotional about grape flavored things.
Because grape is often the inferior flavor.
There was a whole thing. I think it was probably 99% invisible, but there's a whole thing about grape flavor and why it tastes like that. There's like history.
There's also that history with bananas, but it's like I've heard of that tidbit so many times, which is banana flavored things taste like original bananas, and the bananas we have now are like genetically modified one different strain banana, and all bananas are on that strain.
Original bananas are extinct, and the bananas we have now are one of 3 types of modified bananas. And and so original like flavored banana tastes like the original banana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fascinating.
Hate
Although at this
bananas.
point, would anybody even know? Right? Like, does anybody remember what those bananas taste like? Who's alive?
No, but they're still making the recipe of banana flavor based on that. You'd think somebody would update their banana. You'd think that all these food scientists who get paid so much money to be cool food scientists, they would go in the lab and make one that tastes like our bananas.
I wonder
they
if it's
don't.
like a weird
Well-
self-perpetuating, like if you got banana flavored things, like you expect them to taste this way, and if you made like real banana taste in a candy, it would taste bad?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I've
Bulbasaur
My
was
going-
apple? What?
my going theory is that they've been slowly changing the banana flavor away from what it used to be, and no one knows because it's been so slow that
Yeah, who fucking knows anymore?
No one knows because, like, I personally haven't eaten a runts for 20 years.
exactly.
If I could, I'm sorry, I'm throwing pens on the ground. If I could tell, like, on my hand, things that are banana flavored, right? Laffy Taffy, the bad ones that nobody takes,
Mhm.
and Runts. What else is banana flavored? They could change it, and I'd never know.
It's a good point.
Yeah. And I don't want to know,
Maybe
because I'm not going to eat them.
Well, you don't like bananas. So.
Mm.
But I will say that Rosina has a turtle named Wilson, and he a chonky boy, and I love it.
That's good. Wilson's great.
And also, Bulbasaur is apple, Charmander is orange, Gengar is white grape, and Jigglypuff was peach.
And Snorlax was regular grape.
Was regular grape.
Okay.
I put red grape instead of white grape.
Most of
Gengar
those...
being white grape is weird, but he's a ghost.
So, like, fine? Bulbasaur being apple is a little weird, but I guess, like, the flower on his back gives you apple vibes? I don't know. That one I don't agree with. That one should be pear.
Bulbasaur should be pear, but Squirtle shouldn't be apple, so I can see where they got into this mess.
I would do Bulbasaur as cactus.
Or aloe.
Cactus doesn't have a whole lot of flavor.
I don't know. I've had some pretty good cactus soda, but
Oh, I've only eaten cactus. I haven't had soda cactus.
What about prickly pear?
to be fair, yeah, I was talking about prickly pear.
Oh, I was talking about straight ass cactus. I was like, I didn't think anyone but Mexicans ate straight ass cactus, but I've been wrong before. But okay, you're talking about prickly pear, which is definitely a different thing.
Right, it's a cactus.
You're right.
There's many cacti. I would like to try some cactus, but I have not had the opportunity because also it doesn't help we live in the Midwest.
It's
True. I've had cactus and I like the flavor. Like, it's subtle, but I don't know. I like vegetable flavors.
Oh, that's fine. Prickly pear just makes more sense because regular cactus, when I've had it, just doesn't have much of a flavor.
Yeah. It's certainly not sweet.
No. But anyway, this is Object to This, normally an Ace Attorney fan cast, but this time we're playing Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations Prosecutor's Path. It's the second one.
Yay!
I'm gonna drive this boat. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Michelle. I'm oversalted.
And I'm Kevin, existing in 2 timelines.
And who remembers what happened? Not last time, because last time there were ouchie boo-boos, but the time before that.
I say last time someone was strangled with a kudzu vine and
And we made a planticutor. But this time, we were investigating a museum, and our friend, the old lady who makes cream-based desserts but doesn't really, has been arrested for the non-murder of the chocolatier. Not the chocolatier, the pastry chef. With the mustache.
he makes candy.
He makes the candy chef. Okay.
Yes.
He's not been murdered. He was just attacked by poison gas, and they thought it was Larry Butts, but it wasn't Larry Butts. And everything is Zodiac themed.
Yeah, I think that's everything. And we might do a flashback, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Find out. Let's continue.
On this path that a prosecutor walks.
I
Twice.
walk a lonely road, the only...
April 2nd, 12:05 p.m., Zodiac Art Gallery, Autumn Palace.
She said it would only be a 10-minute recess. They sure are taking an awfully long time.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Prosecutor DeBest presents Miss Delicia Scones. Yessie, you called, so here I am. Oh god, I'm all these characters. This is gonna go.
Sorry.
Would anybody like to take over for one of them?
I can take over for Delicia, but let me turn down the game volume a little.
Okay.
Just because it's loud for me.
Because I'm thinking, like, I can't be Sebastian and Delicia and Edgeworth for the next hour.
No, you'll die.
What? That doesn't sound right. No. I mean, if we're gonna interrogate her, you're probably safe to. We'll give her up.
Oh, whoops, sorry. But you can call me Miss Delicious.
You're gonna get that southern twang on it now.
I'm gonna try to go Mrs. Doubtfire, but we'll see what happens.
And you can call me Mr. DeBestest.
Oof.
Oh! Oi, nice to meet you, Betsy.
They've gone straight to nicknames.
Huh, that boy reminds me of someone.
This is Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory's son.
Yessie? Nice to meet you, Miley.
Could you please not call me Miley?
Meeting Greggy's boy. I guess it's a sign that I'm getting old.
How old is this woman?
It's a fair question. My question is, instead of Gregory Edgeworth introducing himself every 5 seconds, we have Miles not introducing himself and Ray coming in and like, that's Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory's son.
Well, Ray picked it up from Gregory.
Absolutely did.
Yeah.
Sebastian, isn't there something you'd like to ask Miss Pharmacist?
Oh, right, yeah. Miss Delicious, could you tell us the reason why you came to the gallery?
Yessie, I came to see the curator, Katie. I've been friends with her for 18 years, so I visit her quite often. Is it true, Miss Pharmacist, that you also assisted in the treatment of Mr. Gustavia? I guess you could say that, although I only made the antidote for the doctor. Wow! Now I'm everybody! You made the antidote on the spot? Yessie, as long as I have the right ingredients, I can make any drug easily. The infirmary here is well equipped, you see. Instead of sending him to the hospital in a critical condition, we treated him right away. I did all I could. The rest depends upon his body's ability to recover.
Do you know the victim, Miss Delicious?
Yessie? Although it's been 18 years since I last saw him, I only knew that he had become a world-famous pastry chef.
Is the victim that famous?
I heard on the news that he had won a competition for the designing desserts.
That reminds me, I do remember him mentioning something about studying design in Zhangfa. I got Zhangfa and Kurain confused for a second because I was like, Kurain's not known for their desserts. But I don't know about Zhangfa.
Zhangfa seems to be like the scapegoat for everything here. But that's probably because it's the big continent next to this little continent.
Yeah, it probably could be. It's like enough room for anything to happen in Zhangfa.
Yeah. Now let's get down to business, Miss Pharmacist. Are you familiar with the drug Megatoxin X? Yessie? It's the drug that used to kill those things. It's mega effective.
Suspicious.
What are those things you're referring to?
It's a drug for vanquishing creatures that strike fear to the heart of the lady. The ones that often infest kitchens and the like. Ah, I think I know what she's talking about.
Rats?
Roaches? Ants? So, Miss
Germs?
Pharmacist, may I ask you one more thing?
Chefs?
Chefs?
Shoe steps. Do you know what happens when you mix normalium with fatalium? Yes, see? I know. It's even written on the warning label for Megatoxin X. Hazardous when mixed. When two drugs are mixed together, a chemical reaction occurs and a gas is released. Inhaling large amounts of this gas can cause breathing difficulties and even death. From the amount of poison gas, Gusty breathed in, I think. There was probably at least 500 milliliters of each chemical in the gas.
As expected of a pharmacist, she's very well informed.
What do you think she's stirring now that she's a pharmacist and not pretending to be a chef anymore? Also, why is she wearing a chef hat if she's not pretending? But she keeps tasting it, so like she's not stirring pharmacy things. Right?
No, it's still a bowl. That's not like a mortar and pestle she's going for. So like, I think maybe she picked up cooking as a hobby now. Baking as a hobby.
At the very least, she was able to make cream, so...
It's true. Maybe she's just really good at cream.
She's just always eating that cream, I guess.
Normalium is an adhesive liquid that becomes hot as soon as heat is applied. It also has a red color and a minty fragrance. Due to its low cost, it's used everywhere. Fatalium is white, watery liquid. That's enough for now. As expected of a pharmacist, you're very knowledgeable. Yes, see? Of course I am. Megatoxin X is one of the chemicals that the company I work for produces.
Shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't.
Also, are you a pharmacist or are you a pharmaceutical person?
What's Stephanie? Ace Attorney doesn't know the difference between those two things.
Did they not watch Psych the 10 years it was airing?
They also didn't watch the third game when they had a pharmacy student.
Who's the pharmacy student? Oh, right.
Dahlia's ex.
Yeah.
Doug Swallow.
Doug Swallows. But not just anyone has access to it. It's so potent as a poison that it couldn't be sold to the public after all. Thank you. I think that's all I need to hear.
Does Judge Courtney suspect her? What is she hiding behind that smile? Does she suspect this person who knows about it has access to the poison?
And has a history with the victim.
Oh, Flatfoot, have you made progress in the investigation or something?
Yeah, let me tell you. The glass cases that contain the sculpture can be opened by a mechanism in the lid.
What strange cases.
The temperature in the cases can be lowered down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. The inside of the Pisces case was set to 27 degrees Fahrenheit, so my hand nearly got stuck to the ice.
27 is just below freezing. 0 is very cold. It's just, I don't know Celsius, but those are for our Celsius friends.
Good thing it didn't. So then...
From the lid of the Pisces case, we detected slight traces of normalium.
Yeah, not bad.
Huh? If the normalium was in a glass case at the temperature of 27 degrees Fahrenheit, then it would have frozen to the lid.
Because normalium is a liquid. Yes.
Really? So what happened? Mr. DeBest, why don't we try borrowing the power of Kay's little thief?
I'm trying to do the actual Googling conversions. But I'm bad at multitasking.
I mean, I have 2 screens here. I could do it if everyone wants some good.
It's negative 18 degrees Celsius, roughly.
At 0 or 25?
At 0.
25 is negative 3.8 degrees Celsius.
So it cold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I think
Oh no, go ahead.
I think the circumstances will be easier to understand if we use our Mr. Thief.
Mr. Gumshoe keeps coming in, but he's only in like a really expository role in this game, which is very strange for Gumshoe to just come in and be like, "Here's all the science, pal. Bye-bye." That's not his usual thing.
That's true. Well, then again, we don't normally see Gumshoe doing his job with Edgeworth. We see him not doing his job around Phoenix.
Well,
True, but in the last game, he was a lot more like, "Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you're doing a great job. It's very fascinating how you can do basic logic." Like that was his role in the last game.
That's true.
yeah, very much so. But I think maybe, like, in the month he's like, maybe I should do my job. Instead of just be in love with Mr. Edgeworth.
I think it's probably coming from the fact that we have so many people here. Like they want Gumshoe, but they don't want him to just be like interjecting because we have Ray and Kay and Sebastian to interject. So
Yeah.
he's relegated to the we need a cop to talk.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Yeah, I guess they have enough clueless idiots.
The room's full of.
So you really want to help me out that much? Fine. I'm not really sure how this all works, but you get on with it.
I hate being bossed around by this guy, but to arrive at the truth, I'll do it. Stop acting as you please. The goddess of law has no need of your power.
Don't be such a stick in the mud, Courtney Pie. We have approval of the prosecutor in charge, so what's the problem? Could it be there's something the PIC doesn't want us to find out?
That is none of your concern.
Is exactly the thing.
If you insist on participating in the investigation, then let me check if you're qualified by asking you a question.
Oh, a test.
What is she planning?
Who set off the poison gas? If you can answer me that, I'll allow you to work with us.
Well then, Miles. The person who opened the Pisces case and set off the poison gas. When you think about the circumstances, there's only one person it could have been.
Yes. Considering the circumstances, it's clear who it was. To all of us here right now.
Everyone is aware. I think it's the victim. Nobody else was in the room.
That makes more sense. Cause who's the one person who works in the museum? Colleen?
Kathleen?
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 Katie? Yeah, Katie. She wasn't in the right room to set off the sprinkler. She had to run over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, so it had to be the victim. So, please give me your answer. Who set off the poison gas? Oh god, emulator. It's gonna be
having
okay.
a hard time.
It was
Listen, old
Sebastian.
now. Look at him.
Oh, that's him. I
He's
didn't
so old.
recognize him. Oh. I mean, that's how Delicious should look, though.
Wait, check Delicia's age.
Oh, damn. I'll check in a
We'll do
minute.
it. We can do it, yeah.
It probably just says question mark anyway.
Probably.
There was no one in Autumn Palace other than the victim, Dane Gustavia.
Edgeworth, or sorry, mop up. Hey, Gumshoe is a man of many hats, but very few paychecks.
It's true.
It's hard to believe it could have been anyone but him.
It seems that way. Very well. I will allow you to participate this time. However, if I feel you are a hindrance, I will have to ask you to leave.
Give it a second. My stream just went down.
Oh.
But I like watching it on the Twitch, but I just refreshed it and it came back. So hopefully everybody is doing okay.
I can see it.
In the
Understood.
Twitch, though. On Twitch.
Oh, right.
Okay.
All right.
I think keep going.
But what I don't understand is why the victim opened that case.
Yeah, RD says it's all good. Okay, it's probably me thing.
So, Mr. Edgeworth, what shall I recreate?
Based on the information we've gathered so far, let's recreate the scene before the gas.
Got it.
Oh god, Larry's still here.
Oh, right. We were talking about clueless buffoons.
So we have our quota was full at like just half of Larry.
Don't scare me like that.
So this is the true power of Sir Thief. Why will no one call it Little Thief?
Let's investigate the Pisces sculpture post-haste. There's frozen normalium on the lid of the Pisces sculpture's glass case.
It's frozen so thick you can't even open the lid.
On the actual glass case, the lid was heavily cracked. It was like someone had it out for the Pisces sculpture, sir.
Do you have any idea how it came to be cracked like this?
Well, the damage didn't seem to have come from outside of the glass case, sir.
I see. So the inside of the case was below freezing point, and the case had developed cracks. There are no signs of external damage. From this we can deduce...
Below freezing? Like, Mr. Edgeworth's cold stare?
And cracked? Like Mr. Edgeworth's furrowed brow.
Thermal fracturing. The cold glass case was heated from the outside, causing it to crack.
But why did thermal fracturing occur here, and what caused it?
Inside the thermally fractured glass case, there was frozen normalium.
Oh, that face means you've probably thought of something, Miles.
Indeed I have. I know how Mr. Gustavia was able to open the glass case. What? How could you possibly know something I don't? That's it, the things he does know are in the minority. Hey, aren't you going to let me know? How did Dane Gustavia open the glass case?
Oh,
Was it
yeah,
that?
right. I've forgotten all of our evidence, I guess.
Sure have. Okay, so just let's refresh for us. We got our badge. Very important. This is the IS-76 incident, which our daddy was on. This is the pamphlet, tells us some rooms. This is a photo. The Winter Palace. This is Larry's sketch. Gas burner. Some cloth. Poison gas mixture. Okay. We don't have a lot, so it's probably this.
I think it's probably the hot thing.
This gas burner that was found in the Autumn Palace shows signs of recent use. I believe this was the cause of the thermal fracturing in the Pisces sculpture's glass case. A gas burner? Why would he use something like that?
Ah, I got it! The lid was frozen shut, so he had to use the burner to melt the ice.
Indeed, that is correct. I just had a late start. I'm still the best, you know.
Late start? You didn't even understand a single thing, did you?
Well, that's just because Mr. Edgeworth's explanation was too hard to follow. Okay, why don't you update the little thief so that he can understand it.
If you say so. Right. So let's restart the recreation. Bada boom!
The victim, Dan Gustavia, was the only one to enter the Autumn Palace.
When I thought she was going to update it, I didn't think we'd see him on a ladder.
I didn't care.
If he used the gas burner then, the normalium in the glass case would have melted. And then... the melted normalium would have come into contact with the fatalium inside the case. And produced the poison gas. The moment Mr. Gustavi opened the lid, he would have begun to inhale the gas. He managed to drag himself out to the fountain patio just before his strength ran out.
As of right now, it seems like this is all like a crazy, like this doesn't seem intentional. It seems like the statue is made out of the bad thing, and the lid was glued on with the normal thing, right? Like the normal glue used in its gluey purpose. And then he heated it up for some reason we don't know, and it interacted with the two. Why the statues are made out of the bad shit is a good question. But
that much I would say it would be hard for that to be by accident.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm just gonna make these statues half out of poison.
Yeah. It's true. I just at the moment it seems accidental.
We know that the lids aren't glued on because they have a hinge on them to open up, but this one was frozen. So this one was ice.
Frozen.
So in theory, you should be able to just lift up the lid and have no problem.
Yeah.
But I do think it was a chemical reaction between two things, and he's an idiot, and he did not mean to gas himself, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Emulator is doing its best. And I appreciate you all supporting the emulator.
So he inhaled the gas when he opened the lid. It seems he finally understands.
But why did Mr. Gustavi open the glass case of the Pisces sculpture?
The victim's goal, that I do not yet know.
Perhaps he had the same reasons as Uncle Ray. Maybe he actually came to see the Winter Palace, not the Autumn one. Uncle Ray also thought that this was the Winter Palace at first.
Oi! You too, Ray Ray? Actually, I thought so too. It looks just like the Icy's rooms from 18 years ago. It's even got the exact same plants in front of the door.
It seems everyone involved with the IS-7 incident made the same mistake. It is imperative that we investigate the real Winter Palace immediately. I should suggest that to Mr. DeBest. I get it now. Yeah, that's how it was. Huh? Did you think of something? The victim committed suicide. He thought he would look refined if he died in an art gallery.
Oh my god.
That's some shit Larry would say, though.
Also, lacking in all taste, and also the guy's not dead.
Have you even been listening?
Well, if you're as smart as me, Just hearing half of the story will be enough.
Sebastian, I'll explain it from the top later.
Top? That means best, right?
God,
All right, I'll leave it to you.
this poor baby. This poor deluded adult man. Oh no.
Yes, it would be best to let Judge Courtney handle him.
God, I can just see his like childhood upbringing. Like I can like just picture DeBessa's parents and like the home that he's lived in.
I got too much money, that's for sure.
That's for fucking sure.
Don't worry, you won't have to picture it forever.
Oh no.
We will meet at least one of the best parents.
Oh boy, oh boy. Actually, I'm very excited now.
It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
All right. That aside, don't you have some information to inform everyone of?
I totally forgot. What are you talking about? We did a little checking on that pharmacist. We, meaning me, the best prosecutor's subordinate.
That's not something to brag about.
Shut up, you. Quiet down and listen. Suicide is, off the table for now, yeah. That's because, in short, that pharmacist is the culprit. She set up the gas as a trap.
No! It's a terrible shame, Miss Pharmacist. How could one in the profession of saving lives stoop to extinguishing them? Huh? Well, what are you saying? I would never do such a thing!
Mr. Best, do you have a basis for these accusations? Miles, you know he doesn't. Of course, this is my basis. Her pharmacist license. It would permit her to handle Megatoxin X right. And its active ingredient, Fatalium, was one of the components of the poison gas. Exactly! That chemical is almost impossible for ordinary people to obtain. But that pharmacist is another story altogether.
It wasn't me! You've got it all wrong!
That was very slow.
Objection! That's not all. Bottle of Megatoxin X was found in the victim's pocket. Okay, that'll do it.
Alright, okay.
Okay, well...
On the bottle, we found clear fingerprints. Yours. You and the curator took the victim to the infirmary, right? That would have given you the perfect opportunity to plant the bottle on him.
That's... You are the only pharmacist on the premises who could have handled Megatoxin X. Furthermore, as for the curator of this art gallery, you're an acquaintance of hers. You would have had access to the gallery at any time in order to prepare the poison gas trap. But please, wait! That Megatoxin X, it was stolen! Trying to lie your way out of this won't go well with me. It's true! Look, I've got it to the proof right here in my bag.
What is she searching for?
Not this.
Not this. Oh, oop, that's
No,
you.
not this either.
Wait, that was important.
I remember seeing cloth like that recently.
Oh, here. Please, take a look at this.
Hmm? It's some sort of paper. Ray, don't eat it. What's it say? April 1st, theft report accepted. Stolen item, Megatoxin X. This is a theft report acceptance certificate. What?
I'm with the best on that one.
Also, it was April 1st, so it could have been April Fool's Day.
You see, truth is, 1 week ago, my Megatoken X was stolen. 1 week ago. That means you didn't have it with you today. That's just not how drugs work. You see, that bottle just found is probably wood that was stolen from me. I'm starting to realize I sound a little like Mickey Mouse.
It's okay.
I normally carry that bottle of Megatoxin X in my bag at all times, even though I often forget to keep it locked up. I would never even think about mixing it with mammalian.
But why in the world would you carry such a dangerous substance on your person?
Yeah, that's
Well, you never know when those things appear.
those things.
Those creatures that infest the kitchen, striking fear into the heart of a lady, right? Although, if you had a rolled up newspaper, you could just squash them with one of your blow.
A spider?
A roach?
Justine, what do we do now?
Well then,
Fly?
can we really accept this theft report? Let's ask for confirmation. That should clearly tell us whether or not she's lying.
Right, well then, I'll just call and confirm it.
He's very gung-ho about making phone calls, though, for a millennial or a Gen Zer.
It's true. Maybe he never had anyone to call, ever.
Maybe.
True.
So the novelty's exciting for him.
He doesn't seem like he has a lot of friends.
When you say a lot, you mean any?
Correct.
Okay.
What gave you that impression? The fact that he won't shut up about how cool he is and nobody would want to hang out with him, maybe?
Unless he has a LeFou to his Gaston, yeah, I don't think he's got any.
So far, that's Justine.
Justine.
Yeah, and she's like the Gaston to his LeFou.
I'm starting to think that his family has dirt on her, so that way she has to help them.
I hope gets cleared up by the time we get to this game, because I gotta know why she's putting up with this at all. She seems too smart for that, but maybe I'm giving her too much credit. It looks like Miss Delicious isn't the culprit.
Indeed. If she really did set up the poison gas as a trap, I don't believe she would do it in the way that incriminates her the most.
So, Miles, who do you think is the culprit?
Predicting the actions of the victim would require a fair amount of advanced planning. And there's only one person here capable of that.
Huh, Uncle Ray would like to know, too. Who do you suspect?
The museum director?
Who stole?
The one who stole the Megatoxin X and prepared the room in advance was... Larry Butts.
We'll get him this time. We'll finally get Larry thrown in prison.
Finally. It's gotta be the director?
Check Delicia's age real quick.
Oh, yes. Question marks.
Alright.
Good question. Likes to sing and dance.
Claims to be an artist.
Heh.
So it's either the director or it's Gustavia.
Sebastian the best.
I wish it was the best, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, you're right. It's either the victim or it's the director.
Like, maybe he was trying to, like, set up a trap and then he gassed himself like a fucking idiot. I would not put it past Gustavia.
Jams hates TikTok teen is the name for, but he's Sebastian the best is a Zoomer or a TikTok teen. But,
Sorry. That's all I can say. Sorry.
sorry.
Which one are you leaning towards, Michelle?
It's so early that, like, we really don't know.
Yeah.
They're, like, trying to force our hand. I think maybe, like, whoever it is going to turn out to not be it. Because this early in the case, we find one, we peg it on them, and then we fake out and change it, usually. But I'm leaning towards her. I'm leaning towards...
I think, like, based on, like, we just proved Gustavia was a victim, so, like...
Yeah.
I don't think we have enough things that Edgeworth has come to conclusions of that he gassed himself. So let's try it.
That was it, yeah.
Cool.
It had to be the curator of the Zodiac Art Gallery, Miss Catherine Hall. However, I still don't have any evidence that she is the criminal yet.
I see. She is...
Da 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 da.
The way he said that just now sounded like he had been expecting it.
Good job, Miles. As expected from Uncle Ray's future apprentice.
I have no intention of becoming your apprentice. And I will now announce the results of my verification. I can confirm that her theft report was indeed accepted. Therefore, it's a little too early to come to a decision. That means your logic was completely faulty. Ugh. You're wrong. My real performance is still to come. Really? Now, how do you plan to proceed with your investigation? First, we need to speak with the curator. And after that, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Sebastian. Mr. Gustavia may have business in the Winter Palace. I believe we should send an investigator there as well.
Oh, that's good too. Detective Gumshoe, investigate the Winter Palace at once.
Ugh. Got it, sir.
Justine, let's go talk to the curator.
Yes, let us proceed.
We should go and listen to what Miss Hall has to say as well.
April 2nd, 1:35 p.m., Zodiac Art Gallery, Fountain, Patio.
All right. I want you guys to listen to what the curator has to say.
Mr. DeBest, weren't you going to go and talk to her yourself?
Nah, that's a job for my subordinates. All I have to do is wait for their report. I'm the best prosecutor, after all.
For the love of God, please let Larry go home. Just...
I mean, that's just like haunting me because I have to speak if he does. I would just like Gen Z to be to know that I'm very sorry because we had options that were Generation Me, Boomer Echo. We also could have been the Boomerang generation. The selfie
generation, yeah.
Peter Pan generation was an option.
Oh, because we're stuck in wanting to be kids forever.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Boomerang generation is also really bad, though.
That's totally a new thing.
It's just new that we also can't afford houses.
And we lived through, a lot of shit.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not Boomerang.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I'm sorry you guys got Zoomers, and we're calling you TikTok teens, but we could have been Echo or Boomerang or just Peter, like a lot of bad. All names are bad.
Something will fall into place eventually. Like eventually a name will happen and it'll just be that one, and everyone will just accept it and it'll be that one. That's what happened with millennials. So I guess you're still in like your naming stage growing pains.
We could have been Generation Me. Like, we could have just been, the Me generation. Like, that would have sucked.
That would have sucked, yeah. It usually doesn't happen until the next generation starts, and then people really get worried about, like, it's got to have a name, which is happening because the generation after Gen Z is now Generation Alpha.
Yeah.
So it's because they're talking about how the alphas are going to be having to be dealing with quarantine and stuff. So
Sorry, not to completely derail, but I was curious. Yeah. I was like, Millennial was actually, like, decent for us. What were the bad options?
Yeah. I think it's unlikely that any derogatory name is going to stick as a generational name, because nobody in that generation will accept a derogatory name.
Boomer was not originally derogatory. We just made it derogatory.
We made it that way.
True.
I find baby boomer as a concept to be derogatory, but it's not my problem. I'm calling you guys TikTok teens, and that's something I'm willing to take the brunt of. It's not going to stick. Nobody calls you TikTok teens but me.
No one calls us the Viners, right? Like, that's not a thing.
Viner is the least bad of the things that you've said so far, though.
But also, Vine isn't a thing, so
Vine died, so it can't stick.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, man, so did this generation, huh? The generation of broken dreams.
Ouch.
Vine died.
I'm sure they would have called us the MySpace generation if that hadn't died, right?
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Ugh. Let nobody be named after a social media platform.
Amen.
Except the TikTok team.
No, come on.
All right, I'll be nice.
Say the line, Kevin.
Such arrogance, and that goes to all of us.
Well, this is anticlimactic. I'm gonna chill for a bit, so there's one less person standing around here, huh? What's that in the fountain? Huh? Ah!
Oh, shit. There's a dead body in the fountain! What is the meaning of this?
Edgeworth's suit just changed color drastically.
Sure fucking did.
Your suit is red.
Now it's blue.
Silence, everyone. Forensics. Identify this body at once.
It's terrible, pal.
Please be quiet, detective.
There's a dead body. The ice sculptures in the Winter Palace. They've all melted, pal.
Good thing we took that photo.
What?
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 Can someone help that person out of the fountain? If they're alive still?
Yeah, they might not be dead.
They definitely all just assumed it was a dead body.
And Sebastian was the leader of that assumption, so it could be alive still.
So what's going on here?
There are two victims now.
OG says Edgeworth was so shocked that even his suit went pale.
This is all just like 18 years ago. Once again, the ice sculptures have melted.
Again?
And everyone related to the incident 18 years ago is gathered here now.
Whoa!
This is no mere coincidence. Don't you think so, Miles?
Yes. The key to finding the truth of this case lies in the IS-7 incident.
We're in a flashback.
If only we had a way to know what happened in the IS-7 incident.
Bad vibes intensifies.
This is what I believe.
That's right. Uncle Ray thinks so too. If only I hadn't eaten all of my notes. Looks like it's time once again for Uncle Ray to tell you about the IS-7 incident. Flashback.
Star wipe, star wipe, star wipe, star wipe. To be continued.
TBC.
Save.
We didn't know who that dead person was.
No, and I really want to know.
It looked like when the beast turns back into a human man at the end of Beauty and the Beast. That's who it looked like.
The IS-7 incident, 18 years ago, Gregory Edgeworth's last case.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Maddie. Someone just fucking died in Baby, and Ray's like, all right, everyone, I'm gonna tell you a tale.
Yeah, well, that guy's dead. It's story time. He died right here, and the police are working. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm talking now.
Isaac Dover was murdered at the venue of a dessert contest. And his body was discovered in the chocolate treasure chest made by Jeff Master, the singing TV star chef. The victim died from blood loss after being struck in the head with a rock salt lamp. The murder weapon was found hidden inside Delicia's candy castle. That was not made of candy whatsoever.
Grandpa, you already read this part.
The victim's room, where no one, what was, you interrupted me. I've gotta go back. Where was I? The screeching eels, they're coming. The victim's
I wasn't
room.
worried. I was just concerned, maybe, but that's not the same thing.
In the victim's room where no one had searched yet. All of Dover's sherbet sculptures had melted.
This case is stupid. This is stupid.
Me and your daddy and Manfred von Karma were standing in a freezer going, all the ice cream is melted.
This is a terrible children's story. December 24th, almost Christmas, but not quite Christmas.
Almost.
At 9:05 p.m., contest venue, fountain patio. The sculpture in Mr. Dover's room had melted. Due to that, Prosecutor von Karma immediately drove us away from the scene.
How are we gonna investigate now? And what's with that? Defense attorneys out. Von Karma methods are deplorable. Oh, Von Karma's methods are deplorable.
Well, investigating the crime scene is supposed to be the police's job, after all.
But you gotta admit, Von Karma's methods are way out of line.
Heh. Chat. Nice.
Defense attorneys and the police should work together to discover the truth.
Raymond, you must realize that not everyone shares the same views as us. Should one expose the truth for the sake of justice, or simply accept things as they appear? Everyone has their own view on what is right and what is wrong.
Even if that means convicting an innocent man?
Both ourselves and the police are only human. And as humans, we all make mistakes. It is for this reason that we defense attorneys exist. So that those who are alone and helpless can have an ally on their side. Chapter 3 of my book.
I was gonna say,
Everyone shut up. A dead body was just found. Let me tell you about a speech your dad gave me once about justice. An ally on their side.
If we cannot investigate, shouldn't we just find some other way to help?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I still have much to learn.
You're still young, so you'll have many opportunities to learn.
Right. I'll do my best. Monsieur Edgeworth and Monsieur Shields, would you like to take a brief respite? Come have some tea. I think I'll get rid of that saxophone so it's not here in the future. I know it's not much, but please eat these. Wow, thank you. Oh, I thought they were going to be root beer barrels.
They look an awful lot like root beer barrels. Chocolates added. Let's eat. Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu. Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu. I appreciate getting some sugar into my system, but these are a little too sweet. And it'd be terrible if I gave them to little Edgy, because he probably doesn't eat sugar. He only eats a bowl of bran flakes every morning.
This is some pocket chocolate.
And
I need fiber, Father.
Only bran.
But don't you want a little sugar to pep you up? Father, it'll ruin my teeth. And it's a little misshapen, too.
I'm terribly sorry. Does it not suit your taste?
Not at all. It's delicious. Sweet.
Thank you very much. But making sweets isn't really my forte. I thought you were on a cooking show. Huh? You made this chocolate cake? Yes, chocolate is Monsieur Master's favorite food. Preparing his favorite food is also part of my job. But I'm still not that good at it, so I need him to instruct me. I envy Master Jeff. He gets to eat Kate's handmade sweets whenever he wants. Oh, did you say something? No, it's nothing.
This is so sweet in more ways than one.
Gross. He eats paper.
Miss Hall, you seem very dedicated to your work.
Without my work, I wouldn't even have a job, the right to be here. What do you mean? When I was a child, I was abandoned. Your master took me in. Ugh. One snowy Christmas Eve, I was left on the doorstep of his mansion.
Hey, everybody, shut up! There's a dead body! Shut up! I gotta tell you the next time!
Like the little matchstick girl, I was left. After selling matchsticks, I owe Monsieur Master my life. He became like a father to me. And so, to repay his kindness, I want to continue working for him. Kate, you're incredible.
I've lived a long life. Yet, that brought tears even to my eyes.
Today, Christmas Eve, has finally arrived once more.
Also, wait, isn't Gregory like 30 in this?
Yeah.
He's lived a long, harrowing. Hey, listen, I've lived a long, harrowing life. I'm not 30 yet. But I cry more than Gregory Edgeworth.
But it looks like I won't be able to give him the present I prepared for my birthday.
I mean, Finder's Day.
I would do anything if it meant saving Monsieur Master. If there's any way I could be of service to you, please ask.
Yes. I appreciate that. Well then, do you happen to know anything about the victim, Isaac Dover?
Mapop said she could write a book about that and it'd sell like hotcakes.
Sure fucking could.
Hotcakes.
Pancakes, no!
Don't really know much about Monsieur Dover, but I have a photo of the desserts he made for the contest finals. Before they melted,
This is certainly a splendid piece of work.
Yes, with this exquisite beauty, it's truly a work of art. It's crafted so intricately that you almost forget it's made out of sherbet. It seems Monsieur Master was also fond of Monsieur Dover's work as well. Wow, these are the Taurus and the Gemini constellations.
Do you know a lot about constellations, Raymond?
Of course, there is so much romance in the constellations.
Gross.
For example, take the club, lyre, and arrow held by Gemini here. These come from... Huh? There are no strings on this lyre. Did Mr. Dover make a mistake in his sculpting?
Ray, you fuck.
It's made out of ice cream, my dude. Like, yeah, it's okay if he didn't put the tiny strings in it.
Yeah, fuck off.
It's hard to think he would have made a mistake like that. Huh? I thought you said you didn't know that much about him. I just sort of felt that way somehow.
It appears she's hiding something from us. Miss Hall, did you take this photograph yourself?
Yes, I took it with this instant camera. It develops pictures instant. It's one of my greatest treasures. Wow, I would love to see it in action. Hee well, why don't we take a picture right now? Yay! Let's have our picture taken, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sure, I don't mind. I'm confident in my hairstyle today. You precious cinnamon roll. Why'd you have to fucking die?
That was great. Alright, I'm taking the picture. Say cheese. Here, it's developed. A present from me to you, Monsieur Shield. Wow, thank you so much. I'm gonna give this to your kids someday, Gregory. That's such a great camera. It's the only camera in the mansion.
What a weird tidbit.
Facts with me. Hey, that's the only camera in the mansion. It's my most prized possession. Unfortunately, its convenience comes at a cost. There are no negatives. So that's the only picture in existence of you two.
Interesting.
No negatives, huh? Is this the same camera Mr. Master used during the contest?
Yes, you are well informed by me. While he made his desserts, Monsieur Master photographed his work. After that, he took photos of all the other competitors' works.
Was he taking photos at the time the body was found? The body was discovered during the judging, was it not?
Monsieur Master intended to take photos of everyone's rooms, but after he photographed Gustavia's room, he ran out of film. Monsieur Master asked me to change the film in the camera.
Everyone's just like, okay, a man just died! Yeah, but remember when I got my picture taken?
I got a picture taken, and your dad and I asked this lady about what happened with taking Polaroids of each individual thing, and she told us in great detail about the camera and her backstory and changing the film.
I have to assume that the dead body is still in the fountain. So, like, yes, I remember when your floating dead body. Yeah, it was so great, floating dead body. Like, Kay just keeps cutting over and looking.
I'm sure, because Kay was like, well, I'm gonna go, like, hang out and slam a Monster Energy, but instead she has to listen to this and stare.
She definitely wants to go slam a Monster Energy. That is 100% true. That senpai noticed me and took our photo. Okay, we can continue.
It seemed the film you prepared in advance wasn't enough.
There wasn't enough film?
It seems the number of photos he took didn't match up with the amount of film remaining. How many other ways can we say that he meant to take 5 photos in Well, he told me himself it might have just been a mistake though.
Was it really just a mistake?
No.
No. I retrieved more film from the main building and went back to the fountain patio. And it was then that I heard the sound of something breaking in Monsieur Master's room. Monsieur Master, are you in here? Ee. And that's when I found Monsieur Dover's body in Monsieur Master's room. It was so terrible. I was really shaken up. Like a Polaroid. Before I spoke to anyone else, I called the police. This camera, I've kept it with me ever since.
I see. If it's all right with you, would you mind lending me your camera and that photo?
Sure, I don't mind at all. Here you go.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
This is my most prized possession, and I've kept it with me ever since the traumatic incident earlier where I discovered a body and my father figure boss was arrested. Hey, can I borrow that? Yeah, sure.
Instant camera added to the court record. Dover's Sherbert Salon added to the court record.
Detective Bad, Miss Delicious, is the investigation over already?
He said he had no more use for me and kicked me out. Humph! Manny, that meanie! What a rude thing to say! It was probably to ensure that you wouldn't eat any more of the crime scene.
So, Detective Bad, did you get kicked out too?
It seems Von Karma thought I was getting in the way. He won't let me investigate.
Why would he prohibit his own detective from investigating?
Because he's corrupt. I'm just gonna answer all of Gregory's questions.
Yeah.
But we know just about all there is to know about the crime scene. Right now, he's talking to Gustavia in Dover's room.
Why does he need to speak to Mr. Gustavia?
We heard from Hall that Gustavia was seen entering the victim's room.
Mr.
I'm sad about the emulator because Bad's theme rules. It's not doing it good.
No, I even tried to change some settings when I was trying to fix the sound over the week, and it's clearly not working.
No, I don't think you can fix it.
No, I'm sad. Mr. Gustavia.
Yes, I saw him entering Dover's room, and it seemed like he was trying to avoid being seen. Although, I have no idea what he did in there.
He is currently under suspicion for melting Dover's sherbet.
Just why did Mr. Gustavia enter that room?
I also have a photo of Dover's room here, if you need it. I'll let you take a look at it.
What? Why would you do that for us?
Huh. You still don't get it, kid. I'm saying I want to help you, guys, in order to discover the truth of this case.
Detective Bad.
Is that all right, Detective Bad? Won't Von Karma chew you out again, or cut your salary or something?
I have no intention of becoming Von Karma's lapdog. If he won't let me investigate, I'll just do as I like.
That's the spirit, Bad.
Getting tied up in stupid rules will only blind you to the truth. Isn't that right, Attorney Edgeworth?
Of course, Detective Bad. I thank you. Arigato gozaimasu.
This is amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Now we've got Detective Bad on our side.
I don't really get what's going on, but I'm glad you boys are all friends now. I'm grateful that he'll lend us his strength. Well then, can we see the photo now?
Right.
We gotta jump for it.
This is the current state of Dover's room.
Wow, the sherbet has completely melted.
The room is drenched in a light blue liquid. We should compare this with the photo Miss Hall took. Did the sherbet melt because the power cord was pulled out?
Yeah, because it was pulled. All of the refrigerated glass cases lost power completely.
Looks like all the power cords were connected to one socket.
Do you have any idea how dangerous it is to have an outlet like that overly charged?
I was thinking about that too.
Honestly, I'm surprised Gregory didn't pull out a dad card and explain electrical safety.
You know what my son would say about this? He'd say it's not safe.
We have surge protectors on every single outlet in our house because my son wants to make sure everything is protected.
No, it's still under investigation at the moment.
What a waste of beautiful sherbet.
Honestly, had I known it would end up like this, I would have eaten even more of this stuff.
Did Mr. Dover's sherbet taste that good?
Oh, yesy! His sherbet was most delicious.
Really? I wish I could have eaten some too.
But there was one piece that was so salty I couldn't eat it. Salty? It's right here in the photo. It's part of that lyre. That's the lyre from the Gemini constellation.
Oh, you snuck a bite from the lyre. That's why the strings are missing.
Faith! I could have never eaten that much. It was too salty. Lucia's testimony added to the court record. One part of the sherbet tasted different. That's rather curious. Did someone other than her also take a bite out of it? Did you notice anything else? Now that you mention it, I see sherbet sculptures had these strange markings on them. They had 2 letters carved into them. Wait a minute. There! It looks like this. An alphabet signature? It can't be.
Oh, we recognize that, don't we? I knew it! I just knew that Monsieur Dover made this lyre. He isn't one to make mistakes in his sculptures, after all.
Miss Hall, it's been troubling me for a while, but do you know something about Mr. Dover?
Huh? Well, why would I know something about Monsieur Dover?
You seem quite attached to Mr. Dover's handiwork.
That's just because his sculptures are such great works of art.
No, they shit. I believe that his works are very special to you in particular.
How do you know that?
There's a piece of evidence that we believe belongs to Mr. Dover. And it happens to share a common feature with another piece of evidence.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe we haven't had orange text until now.
I was thinking about it for a while.
Please show me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Which two pieces of evidence share something in common?
It's like Dora the Explorer. Do you know?
I do like this Miles Edgeworth, the Surge Protector Samurai. I've been playing Tales of Vesperia, and you can change the title that your character has. And so, like, basically it would be like Miles Edgeworth, Prosecutor, Daddy's Boy, Surge Protector Samurai. Let's start by presenting the first one.
Well, it's the ring and the teapot. But which one's the first one?
Probably it doesn't matter.
Probably not.
I just can't handle us presenting two pieces of evidence at once, is my guess. Oh, jeez. Emulator.
That's so proceeding. In slow motion.
Yeah. And now for the second piece of evidence, which shares its feature,
Teapot.
is this teapot made by Hefe. It sounds like a fighting game arena. Delicia saw two letters of the alphabet. They were probably used as Mr. Dover's signature, just as an artist would sign their name on their works.
Right?
Oi, I remember now. I see Schubert's sculptures had a PH carved onto them, I'm sure of it.
PH. Those aren't Isaac Dover's initials, though.
No. But we found this seal on the scene of the crime. It had probably fallen out of late Mr. Dover's pocket. If you had pressed this seal into something, it would mark the letters PH. Also, the very same PH symbol is engraved into this teapot.
The same symbol.
This teapot was made by the sculptor Pierre Honquet. In other words, this PH is the signature of Pierre Honquet. Miss Hall, you know about this signature all too well, don't you?
Monsieur Honquet's work always bears that signature. Since he never shows himself in public, his signature is used to identify his work.
I forgot that he was a real Banksy situation.
No way. You saying Pierre Honquet is...
It seems Detective Bad has also realized Isaac Dover's true identity. To Miss Hall, Mr. Dover was no ordinary pastry chef. That's because his true identity was a bed of sculptures. You know what? I just got a safety save.
So you gotta.
I gotta.
There's
Yeah.
no way.
We're...
He's not an ordinary pastry chef, so that makes him a pastry chef. Oh wait, no shit. It's probably not that one.
I know I didn't talk it over with the team. I'm sorry.
You got it right.
That's right. Mr. Dover's true identity was the sculptor Pierre Honquet.
What?
Mr. Dover was a sculptor?
Things
They're-
like signatures. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, there's no way we could have known he was a sculptor, not from his sculptures. out of sherbet.
Absolutely.
Impossible.
Yeah.
People can't be good at two things.
Well, no, it's not even that. People can't be good at one thing in two different mediums.
Things like signatures can be faked if you have the original designs. Can you really use that as proof that he was a sculptor?
No. But what I'm saying is Katie here is definitely making us know that that's the case. But what's important here is that Miss Hall thought he was. As for providing his real identity, I'll leave that to the police.
Huh. I get it. I'll have the boys check up on it.
As I expected from you, Gregory Edgeworth.
That's me! Hey, you. Remember my name from my introduction. You knew Mr. Dover's real identity all along, didn't you?
Yes. When I discovered the body, I noticed the seal.
He also looks like Adam, or the Beast from Beauty and the Beast when he's a human.
Mm-hmm. Weird how they look very similar, these two dead bodies.
The same body? The same body twice? Is
Yeah.
it Pierre Foucault's twin person?
Maybe Pierre never died. Or it's his ghost. Anyway.
We're all Banksy if you really think about it.
I knew from that moment he was Pierre Foucault, the man I greatly admired. Thinking that this would be his final posthumous work, I couldn't sit still.
So, that's why you entered the Dover's room?
Huh? What did you say?
When exactly did you take this photo of Dover's room?
That was, perhaps this was taken during the judging?
That's strange. I thought you said the camera ran out of film during the judging. Before Mr. Master entered Dover's room, you were the only one in possession of the camera. Wasn't that why you were able to take the photo when you discovered the body?
Yes, that's right.
The only photos you took with the new film were of Dover's room and the body. If that's the case, a new contradiction comes to light.
Ugh, another one?
The piece of evidence that contradicts the two photos Miss Hall took is...
Oh, she took the ring out of the picture, right? I don't know, check it.
No, it's here.
Oh no, it's there.
Well,
I guess like another picture.
Yeah. Oh, that's not it.
Evidence that contradicts the two photos Miss Hall took.
Well, this photo she took is of the Sherbet salon, and this picture is of a chocolate boat.
Look at, I think it may have something to do with the lyre and the salty strings. Like, what's the statement that Delicia gave us?
Oh, let's see. Dover sherbet was most delicious, but the lyre part was very salty. Oh, it's impossible to see if there are strings on here or not, though. I don't think
Yeah.
so.
But they said when they were commenting on this picture that why did he forget the strings?
Yeah, that's true.
But the thing that's tripping me up here about Gregory's prompt is the two photos, right? The evidence that contradicts the two photos is...
So blue liquid. Notes in the crime scene. buried in a treasure chest in the way. Each of the desserts in Mr. Master's rooms have one missing part. Before the ship's class, the chef's lids fell closed. Kevin, any thoughts?
I'm trying to remember all of the information. So one of the problems is if the camera was out of film, how did she take the crime scene photo?
She went to go get more film. When she came back, she heard the crash, and then she...
Oh, right.
saw
Never
it.
mind. Okay.
She went into the room, yeah. And then the story is that she saw the dead body of her favorite sculptor, heartbroken. She took a picture of it and then went to take a picture of his last work.
And she also called the police, I guess, but that's...
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's the current story and it's weird.
Check the camera. What does the camera say?
It has capacity of 20 photos, but there is only film for 3 more. Oh, wait.
If she changed the film, why is there only film for 3 more photos? But I don't. Does that
That's a good
contradict
question.
the photos she took? Might be a different contradiction.
Maybe.
But that might be my thought is that maybe, or the thing about the strings.
Damn, I can't safety save.
Yeah, safety save is.
It's-
Well, you just did for a goof, I suppose.
Yeah, I just, there was a bit of dialogue before the spit. Access key for...
The only key to the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Masterson had it.
Except I don't think he did because he had to give it to her to go get more film.
I'm gonna try the camera.
It seems like that's the only thing that even makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, because the strings do, but then there's 2 pieces of evidence I have to toggle between.
That worked.
That is my instant camera.
You've already handed the photos of Dover's room and the body to myself and the police.
That reminds me, didn't you also take a photo of me and Mr. Edgeworth just now?
The film used in this camera can take up to 20 photos. However, this camera only has 3 photos left, which leaves 14 photos unaccounted for. Exactly what were they used to photograph?
Oh,
Please show us all the photos you took. We will be able to discern your actions from these photos.
I'm so sorry. I have told a terrible lie.
Don't tell me. All of the remaining shots are of Isaac Dover's room.
My deepest apologies. It seems they are all shots of the ice sculptures from various angles.
So when these were taken, the sculptures had not melted yet. But that means the one who caused them to melt was you.
Yes. I am positive that I melted them.
You are positive?
I am an aficionado of the sculptor Pierre Hoquet, who actually was Monsieur Dover. Before the authorities could defile his final masterpieces during their investigation, I thought I should preserve them through photographs. Hence, I entered his room.
In that case, why did all the ice melt?
It's probably because As I was taking the pictures, I became entranced with his works. And it seemed that my foot accidentally got caught in the power cord, unplugging it.
Accidentally, you say?
I did not notice the power cord at the time. I would never have imagined that I could be the cause of these sculptures melting.
Could the truth really be that simple? However, I cannot say with certainty that she is lying.
I'm so sorry to have caused you so much trouble.
As long as you're telling the truth, there is no need to apologize.
That's right. Don't sweat it, Kate.
I mean, we're not mad about art being ruined, but I'm sure other people are.
Yeah, but also this was a closed contest for desserts, and everyone died or got arrested. So I don't know. I don't know how mad everyone is, but I can. She said she was positive she caused it, and then she was like, "I guess I accidentally unplugged it." Thank you very much.
Edgeworth. Here, take this picture. Do what you want with it.
Dover's Sherbet Salon, updated in the court record.
So we've got the empty picture now too. So. Oh, it's me. I've forgotten my voice. You meddling fools still haven't given up yet, have you? I don't remember how I did,
You were
but
doing
I
like
remember
a.
it was bad.
You were
To be
doing
fair,
a
this is-
Peyton.
How long you wait? I have no intention of allowing a defense attorney to investigate.
I mean, this is Ray's impression of Manfred.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
there you go.
fine.
We'll go with that. I was doing a bad Godfather, I think.
Oh yeah, you were doing Godfather.
You were trying to do Peyton.
I was trying to paint it.
But I like this, I guess, Professor Snape. This
Oh,
one.
yeah.
yeah.
Pals. Yeah, I like it.
There we go.
No matter. If we cannot investigate, we'll find the truth through some other method.
Always ready with a comeback. Well, do try your best.
Excuse me, Monsieur Von Karma? The truth is, it was I who melted the ice sculptures in Monsieur Dover's room. Please don't arrest me.
What? What's the meaning of this, you clod?
I'm truly sorry, both of you and Monsieur Gustavia.
Do not be concerned about me.
Sir Von Karma has already recognized that I had no hand in this act.
Today, everyone gets to be everyone and talk to themselves.
You can always trade one to me if you need to.
Maybe if Gustavio's going to do a lot of talking, but let's see. He might just
Yeah.
walk away.
Yeah, I was gonna trade Delicia back to you, but then she stopped talking, so it was fine. That reminds me. Why did you enter Mr. Dover's room, Mr. Gustavia?
Well, that was because
Objection! Silence, ignoramus! You are not to give that attorney the tiniest hint of information.
Catherine Hall, you are coming with me.
You are under suspicion of being complicit in the murder. I shall be interrogating you personally. You must prepare yourself. That's a weird threat, my dude.
I'll trade you a Manfred and a Gregory for your Raymond, the voice acting podcast.
Very well.
Please, wait. I still have some questions I want to ask her.
I do not care for your sorry plight in the least.
Ugh.
Bad, Gustavia. And while I'm at it, you as well, Gones. I have plenty of questions for you all. Understood.
While I'm at it, he says. The nerve. They all walk
Well,
away.
they're taking everyone.
Gustavia straights out of the room like a fighting game character in a
Yeah.
side scroller.
He just took everyone away with him.
Yes. Even if we stay here, I don't think we'll be able to investigate any further today. Let's take our leave for now. It's already grown rather late.
No, wait, this means all the rooms are empty. Come on, let's move.
Let's eat! Yeah, no, Von Karma's objection, even slower, is pretty terrifying, Mop Mop.
It's very scary. Very scary.
Action! Like that kind of.
Oh, God. I hope the snow has stopped by now.
That was good. I'm starving. Anyway,
We'll stop somewhere for hamburgers then, before my stomach joins the chorus.
you can't fight on an empty stomach after all.
All American hamburgers.
We'll need to report back to Mr. Masters with our findings first thing tomorrow. To be continued.
So, what was the point of Ray's story just now?
That shit also melted last time? I don't know. But it was the dead body that triggered the story, so I have no idea.
How do we feel? Do we want to call it here, or do we want to push a little further?
It's up to you two. I could do either one. And the chat, I suppose. If everyone is from England and it's bedtime, then that's okay too.
Yeah. Guys, it's Christmas!
Wow.
We made
10
it!
a.m. Christmas. Oh, we're still in Gregory Town then, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Who's the bailiff? I don't like this room. It's different.
Well, she's on the outside, but she's supposed to not be on the outside? Question mark.
Good point. Oh, James is Scotland. I actually had this weird thought the other day, which isn't weird. It's just because we all talk about how Midwestern Michelle and I sound. And then I'm like, oh my god, everybody else has like different accents. Like, oh my gosh, everybody's just listening to us sound like trash. James is Scottish. RD's brought up something probably good too.
We have a fair number of people in California who listen, I think, so.
Mop Mop's ready for Christmas.
It's Christmas. Well, what do you two think? Should we keep going? Should we stop here?
I could continue if we want.
Let's push
mind.
a little further since I feel bad about last week.
Okay. Welsh, but a weird mix of English and the Welsh accent. Everybody is very
International.
international, yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy to my brain. This is when I learned, like, Aaron's friend who was a baby, when they moved back to Tennessee, is like, that baby's gonna grow up with a southern accent. And it just messed me up real bad.
How did Aaron become friends with a baby?
It's a funny story. Let me tell you
How did
about
anyone become friends with a baby? Midwestern gang rise up. Thanks, McCrib.
It's only 10 p.m. by Rosina. Yeah, we'll go for like another maybe 20-ish minutes, I think, or 20 to 30 minutes. But we'll feel it out. All right. Well, Merry Christmas. Let's keep going.
No, we'll first tell the story of how Aaron became friends with a baby. Let me derail this body. Hang on. Tell us the story.
He has a friend whose wife had a baby. So it's like he was friends with the family.
I see. So by transitive property.
Yeah, by transitive property. I'm sorry. I could make a spicier tale next time we're all next to a dead body and wait for forensics to do the job.
All right, I'm counting on it.
All right.
Huh? What are you doing here, Kay? Ah, Monsieur Shields. And Monsieur Edgeworth. Allow me to apologize once again for all the trouble I caused yesterday.
Miss Hall looks a bit tired.
Mapop says he jangled keys in front of a baby, which really, any baby, jangle keys, you're best friends with that baby.
I think the baby's friends with the keys.
Potentially.
I mean, Simon Keyes had one friend and he's dead now.
Oh. Poor Simon.
Does that mean Knightley was a baby?
He had to be a baby at one point, right?
The baby with guns.
No, Simon was the circus guy, not Gun McSlingerson dead guy, Horace Knightley.
Yeah, Simon's the keys, and thus the friend of the keys would be the baby.
Oh, you're right. Baby with guns! I want this Ace Attorney case. Write that for Anime vs. Plausible, please. Can you write down baby with guns?
Where did I put my baby?
I'm gonna regret this later. Just you wait.
I'm writing Stephanie is the origin. We're playing Death Stranding right now, so all this baby talk is
Oh boy.
how to become friends with baby. All right, it's written. It's going in Anime vs. Plausible.
Has Von Karma finished interrogating you?
Yes, aside from what happened to the ice sculptures, I was not at fault for anything else. Are you also here to meet with Master Jeff, Kate? Yes, I am worried about how he is holding up.
That's not Master Jeff.
It's me, Jeff.
Rosita, baby with guns are flex or baby with Glock?
Either. That's up to us later when we play Anime vs. Plausible.
God, I hope I remember this, Rosita. Detective Bad, why are you here?
I just happened to be here. I'll be heading to the crime scene soon.
I think this is a place that people just happen to be, though. It is, after all, a prison/detention center combined. Oh, what happened to his hair?
Hello.
Master Jeff, what happened to your hair?
He got touched by the Simon Blackwell. Whatever happened to him?
Why do you look so poor? What
In
happened
my
to your
tuxedo?
money?
I didn't get much sleep last night, and I fell asleep under a bottle of hair dye, and the tribulation known as questioning was rather harsh. I'm just a little exhausted.
They didn't let you sleep.
I think that's against the Geneva Convention.
Baby Gumshoe, where'd you come from?
Even for an interrogation, that's going too far, Detective Bad.
The detective in charge of the initial investigation was also in charge of the interrogation. I don't like Von Karma's methods, but this was all I could do. He was the one who brought me here. It seems I was supposed to be interrogated for a little bit longer, though.
It seems that Detective Bad is looking out for Mr. Master in his own way. Jams, I think it's like the interrogation was so intense that it like aged him greatly, and his hair went white. So traumatic. So, shall we inform Mr. Master about what happened yesterday, Raymond?
Yes, sir. I've got all my memos right here.
The hell you do, right? We know where your memos are.
I'm gonna eat them later.
Mr. Master, we would like to inform you about yesterday's investigation.
Yes. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Master Jeff, it's almost like your spirit's gone.
My sugar levels are low, so I might not seem like my usual energetic self.
Monsieur Master.
Do we have anything that
Pocket
can give
chocolate.
his spirits and his glucose a boost?
Is this gonna be? Chad is saying like a mood ring Marie Antoinette Heroin syndrome vibe, but like, is it really gonna be like my hair equals my insulin level? Can you just give it to him? I don't. You gotta.
I gotta talk to him first, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe
Oh,
I need to
present.
I know how to play a game.
Present.
Oh, those chocolates. Are you giving them to me?
Those chocolates are.
I apologize, ma'am. They were disgusting, and my son refused to touch them. So, if possible, I would like to give them to you immediately.
I would prefer dry celery, Father.
Something about dry celery.
I just love this picture of dry celery, but then Gregory being like, "But I could make you ants on a log, my boy." And he's like, "No, father."
I just picture like the most dead in space child Edgeworth with his hands on his side, like by his side. He like almost there was and goes, "No, father." Plain. We have some peanut butter and I can make it fun. Father, please stop this farce.
Celery is not fun. It's a vegetable.
But it's
I
against...
don't eat for pleasure, Father.
I eat for substance.
Oh god.
Do you have any idea how much fiber is in celery?
Son, do we have to talk about bowel movements? How are your poops, son? Father, that is disgusting.
See, now I'm all like, how much fiber is in celery? I don't think it's that much.
No, it's not, but...
It's mostly water.
It's mostly water, which is why dry celery is just so gross. But it's against the rules to give anything to suspects in the detention center.
I see. Regrettably, if those are the rules, then there's nothing we can do about it.
Come on, Detective Bad.
Da da da.
Are you sure there's no way we can give them to him?
Detective Bad. Looks like he's noticed what we're trying to ask of him.
I'll inspect the chocolates. And if there are no problems, I'll think about it.
Detective Bad. Thank you very much.
All right, I knew we could count on you, Detective Bad.
Alternatively, Detective Bad, give him one of your 700 lollipops.
I am truly in your debt. Wait right here.
The fireworks outside are real and happening in my neighborhood.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Mine too. We're getting a lot.
It's
People are
Almost
partying.
Independence Day. It's not quite Independence Day, but that doesn't matter in America. They've been blowing off fireworks for about 3 weeks now.
For a month. Yeah, I was gonna say. You say that like it hasn't been a month long lead up.
Yeah.
Wait right here. take it. Thank you very much. Not a word to anyone else. It would cause problems for me later.
So that's when Bad gave the chocolate to the inmate. Don't listen over here, police. But he said to keep it a secret.
Yeah. We were so worried about his hair situation.
Yes, of course. I apologize for making you go through so much trouble.
McCrib, yeah, we also get day fireworks, so don't, no Midwesterner feels any joy during June and July.
Oh man, Canada's the same. I'm so
Oh.
sorry.
Since Victoria Day, and then you had Canada Day too, when does it stop, Rosina?
Maybe almost Christmas was when it finally stops.
Maybe.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, Kevin, did you read this one?
I read this one.
Okay.
Now, I shall partake in eating these delicious delights at once.
I'm sorry for asking you to do something so dangerous, Detective Bad.
I only did what I wanted to do.
What a badass!
Pretty great, yeah. Why can't you just be honest here, detective? Say it louder so the camera can hear that it's our fault.
Oh, how sweet. It's like I've come back to life. Ho ho, did Kate make these chocolates?
Yes, sir. I did. How does it taste? Like a song?
Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. That's
Really?
copyrighted.
What is it?
Sweet chocolates melting in my mouth.
It's worse when you say it, Kevin.
So sweet, so divine.
You coward.
You know what?
It's the difference between tasty chocolates and dry celery.
Thank you for the tasty treat.
His hair didn't change though. I don't know if I wanted it to or not.
Oh, they're a bit misshapen, but so sweet and delicious. Thank you.
I'm so glad that you enjoyed it.
And above all, it helped you regain your spirit.
Thank you for your concern. The food they serve here has been absolutely tasteless. Combined with the lack of sleep, I was thoroughly exhausted.
Is the food here that bad?
Just salt beef and stew. Your average prison fare.
Yeah, but you know what they say. Eat free and live free in prison.
It's free salt beef and free stew. I do have a question about salt beef.
It's got 2 ingredients.
Well, no, much more. Like that's prison fare on a boat, but
Did I never mention that we're on a boat right now?
Oh, shit.
my question is mostly what is that in Japanese that they translated it to salt beef and stew?
Hmm. I don't know. That is odd. I really could not taste anything. Whatever. I'm about to head out to the crime scene.
Please wait, Detective Bad. You give us any new information? Can you give us any new information?
Yeah, I think I can. We've identified the victim. Just as you said, Isaac Dover was a sculptor who worked in France. It seems he went by the name Pierre Auquet. Isaac Dover was Pierre Auquet? How could that be?
Monsieur Pierre Auquet. So Pierre Poet wasn't actually French, huh? I'm just gonna throw that one away. Oh, I'm just gonna throw that one into my gob.
That's real, Jabs. First off, I cannot think of honestly anything more American than fireworks and our need to blow things up into the sky and be loud. But also the fact that they have Zengfa and France is a confusing continuity.
France exists. Professor Layton exists. So wherever he goes or lives, I think he lives in the UK. So
He definitely lives in London, but that also means that like Papano or whatever that island is called from the Layton number 6 is real.
Yeah, it means a lot. There's a lot of things. That means that wherever Luke's hometown was, Saint Mystery, which is a misty town where the fucking Loch Ness monster lives, that exists.
I mean, canonically, that means there are robots. Although I guess there's already robots in Ace Attorney, so whatever.
Layton is from London, but don't you remember that there's a desert in the UK? Saint Mystery. It's Flora's town, so I was wrong. But Mist Hallery is what it is. Sorry, I had to get my mists confused. So Saint Mystery exists too, but Mist Hallery exists.
I totally remember all of these places, yes. And they all exist in Ace Attorney. It fucks me up so much that Layton lore is canonical to
It's canonical. And that means that there's a secret second London underneath normal London, so don't forget. But more importantly, the Unwound Future is gonna be out on mobile soon. So you can live these.
I'll keep that in mind.
Although that also just means that canonically there are ancient, like giant mecha.
Yeah.
Live in the ocean. So that's cool.
Yeah, and the Loch Ness Monster and its brethren exist in many places.
Well, I gotta tell you that. So... I've heard of Gordy.
Yeah, Gordy is one of... So, like, Gordy is... If Layton canon is Laura's canon to Ace Attorney, that means Gordy's real.
Yeah, and people are just dumb and think Gordy lives in, like, Gord Lake.
And Gordy can heal you of your mysterious wasting away disease.
Huh.
I mean, it's worth finding Loch Ness Monster if he can cure you of your mysterious wasting away disease.
Well, I think actually the wasting away disease was cured by non-polluted air.
Oh, so it's tuberculosis.
Yeah, but also the Loch Ness Monster was involved. I don't want to spoil everything about the game.
I didn't play that one. Oh well.
Secret Second London is real, though. I've been to London. It's real. I have it, so I have to take your word for it.
Alright, let's see. Which is likely why he never showed himself in public while he worked under that name.
The Zodiac sculptures. They were his masterpieces, it seems. Although, they will remain forever unfinished.
Unfinished? Even though they were his masterpiece? He's dead, bud. Masterpiece?
Seems he worked on them by season. Once he finished the remaining winter constellations, his work would be done.
Jams, I feel so fucking stupid as a stupid-ass American. I didn't think Loch Ness was a real place, but I guess that's fucking where the Loch Ness Monster lives. I just never thought about it.
Yeah, sorry, Stephanie. I did know that one. Loch Ness is a loch, which is a lake.
I just never got into Loch Ness Monster, so I just thought it was oh, that's the name of the monster and not any of the context around it. It's more for a lack of I've never thought about it. But man, do I feel real fucking stupid. Anyway, constellations and shit.
Huh? The winter constellations are Taurus and Gemini, right?
So those ice sculptures were his final pieces.
It is heartbreaking that they melted. I cannot apologize enough. No, I wasn't blaming you or anything.
Also, Dover was infamous for being greedy. He would charge hundreds of thousands just to make a single sculpture. It seemed like he always had money troubles. The murder might be related to that, but it's still under investigation.
So he had money problems even though he was a famous artist.
Do you know why he entered a dessert contest?
Not yet. He kept it a secret, even from his family.
Have you guys heard of Pop Tropica? I'm looking this game up now and I've never heard of it.
I haven't heard of it.
Tropica.
Kevin, have you not heard of it? Because that's the real.
I have not heard of Pop Tropica.
You found a game Kevin's never heard of.
Woo! Welcome to my new segment. It's a educational game series. Might just not have been big over here.
Well, McCrib is a Midwesterner.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, sorry, I there's no way I'm gonna be able to pronounce Loch Ness in the correct way, so I apologize sincerely. Lol.
I burned my throat this week. I'm not going to keep trying.
Yeah, don't. You gotta do more Gregory.
Okay, Pop Tropica was like an online sort of multiplayer game. Okay.
We all learned things today.
It was
I'm
created by... Oh, go on.
a lot about fireworks and how close they are to my house.
I see.
It's time. I'm bringing in the replacement guard. I can't hang around here any longer than I have.
Yes, I understand. Let's meet again later.
That detective is a kind soul.
Indeed. Perfect, Jabs. He never strayed from his own beliefs. He truly has a strong will.
But he's pretty scary when you first meet him.
I see. Could you tell me everything that happened yesterday?
Of course. Allow me to give you a report of our investigation.
Oh, we have to actually do it? They're not gonna...
So this is what happened.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the trouble Kate has caused you. Because, yeah, it would be funny if Ray's like, and here's the part of the story where we told Jeff the story that I just told.
That's what I have to say. It's just like, we gotta go deeper, more flashbacks.
I am truly very sorry.
You have no need to worry so long as you have told the truth, Miss Hall. Mr. Master, would you mind if I asked you a few questions as well?
Yes. I shall divulge all that I know. That's not the right answer.
Yes, I would mind, or yes, I wouldn't mind.
Exactly.
So actually, do we want to stop before we start all this questioning, or do we want to come back to this fresh, or do we want to get through this questioning and then call it a night?
Now's probably a good time. I mean, I could keep going. I don't have a lot of talking here, so it's...
Yeah.
I can do either, but I think this is a good stopping point if we want to remember.
I could stop.
Yeah, I think this is a good place. For vocal cord reasons, for concentration and firework reasons. So we're gonna hit save. We're gonna call it a night. Thank you all for staying up and having insomnia to hang out. I
Yeah, thank you.
continue to be grateful every week you guys showing up. It means a lot to me.
We'll put Baby with Guns into Anime vs. Plausible. Send us more Anime vs. Plausible at objecttothispodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and next month we keep pushing it off, but we're gonna do the ranking animals from the prison case. So if you didn't get a chance to email us, make sure you do. And we'll see you guys next Friday.
Yeah.
All right. So in the meantime, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Kevin.
And that was Object to This. So why don't you object to that?